Let's do this. Welcome, Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. I'm Coach Neighbors. Yeah. You guys know all about that. So let's just get right down to it. James, how you doing, man? James says, now we're getting ahead of the snake. Well, James, tell us why. That's why we're talking tonight. We're going to turn this program tonight, and who knows, maybe the whole program into what the hell? The same thing we did with our Facebook group. We used our Facebook group, all of the feedback and suggestions in our Facebook group to put together the program that we have built now. So my question, and I'm sure you guys have seen me talking, and the attorneys are mad now, and so they had Facebook shut down my ad account. And my grandma used to say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I didn't know what she was talking about at the time, but yeah. So there is more than one way to get stuff done, and we're still getting stuff done. So welcome to the show tonight. You guys can call me Coach Dirtbag tonight. Okay, you call me Coach Dirtbag. Yeah. So I had probably an old attorney on Facebook come to me. He saw me talking about this stuff, and he was really grumpy. And he made a comment. He said, "You're helping the poor. You're a dirtbag." Yeah, call me a dirtbag. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was laughing so hard I could hardly. And this is not the first time. Okay, this is not the first time. And I don't know if it's the same person. I don't bother to look and see who those people are because I think I'm smarter than them. I'm not calling them a dirtbag. I'm just saying. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about my questions. Now, James already chimed in before I actually signed on, and I'm glad. I appreciate it, James, and that's kind of cool to have a topic on the table that is passionate enough or important enough, or I'm not sure to have him mention that before we even started the stream. So. And I showed you guys what he said, getting ahead of the snake. So I didn't know what that means, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more. It's really funny. So the attorneys claimed to Facebook that I was scamming folks by telling them that I could educate them on how to stay in your home. Well, I can't say stop foreclosure without an attorney. That's what they were mad about. So, and that's the thing. So I can't say the thing anymore. So they're mad about that. And that's fraud. They're saying that I'm scamming people because I'm telling them that I can teach them, help them learn how to stop foreclosure without an attorney. So I can't say that anymore. So actually, I can say what I want to do, but I'm just having fun and making a point. So here's the point that I'm making. I can't tell people that you can be educated and learn how to stay in your home, how to stop foreclosure, how to make them, whatever. Okay, I can't say that, but attorneys can lie to your face, take your money, knowing that they're going to throw you under the bus in the end, and that's okay. That's ethical. And that's the way it goes in their conventional program. In their conventional program, they structure it for you to have a fair chance. Right? Okay, so no, you don't have a fair chance. Okay, but so and that's exactly my point. If I structure the program for you to use to do to me the same thing that I'm doing to you, dragging your butt into court, suing you, and trying to take your stuff, if I set up a program that's supposed to be fair, that would allow you to do that to me, I would make sure that when you reach the end of my fair process, that you're not able to kick my ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying I would make sure that process is not structured for you to win. Hello? And that's why we do the non-conventional process where we are actually going after the people who signed to initiate the foreclosure. Most people have no idea that it's not the lender that's in your face. It's the attorney acting as illegally acting as a third-party debt collector. Now, back to the question. And I must ask this because I'm not an attorney, so I can't tell people stuff. Because that would mean that I'm scamming. Okay, I'm having a little fun with this tonight. So you guys just bear with me here. So I'm going to change my strategies a little bit. And the people that are following along can do your own research. And I hope some of you have done your research, like James, he mentioned something. So I hope he logs in sometime tonight so he can let us know what he's thinking. Oh, okay, wait a minute. He just posted something. Oh, it's the same thing. So he hasn't replied to that. I sent him a message to have him let me know what he means by that. It's got to be more specific here because this is something that's going to that could turn into something great. Always dream big. I know no one thought that. Well, in the beginning of this, several years ago, people were very skeptical at whether or not they had any kind of a chance. And years later, people are still skeptical, even though there are people that are still in their house. I think one of the things that people don't realize that's going on is the attorneys. If I had the power and I lost and you wanted the money, I would make you sign a non-disclosure statement so other people would not be able to see that I got my butt kicked. They do have a provision for that at the end of their process, so to speak. And this is why I tell people it's always important to stay focused and have the number one goal for you to stay in your house. Okay, that's the number one goal for you to stay in your house. When they come to the table, if they do, I don't know, I'm not an attorney, but so you need to keep that in mind and not let the emotional stuff or all of that cloud the decisions because you want to make someone pay. Your main goal should be to stay in your house. Now, learning and doing these things and looking this stuff up and figuring this out for yourself is what this paralegal school is all about. Doing your own research. And it's interesting because a lot of times people are giving me a hard time. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm just an educator. I'm throwing it out there. Show me I'm wrong. Show me that I'm wrong. And what we're finding is that they're killing us with the procedures. That's what they're killing us with, and they're not connected. Okay, so to get back to what we're talking about tonight. The question tonight is, can you challenge your mortgage while you're still paying? Maybe not with US 42, but I don't know, breach contract because they can't prove a contract. If they could, they wouldn't really need a hearing. They only need all that hearing and all that stuff because they don't have anything and they have to be able to make these decisions. Well, you guys already know that. So that's my question tonight. Can they prove that, if you have control of your property deed and it's not registered in their office, if your property deed was in your Bible, in your fireproof safe, and they didn't have access to it, would they be able to prove that they made you a loan? There you go, Gladstone. Yep. You want to make them, in the end, you want to get your deed back. That's absolutely right, young man. You want to get your deed back because without your deed in their office, can the lender prove there was a mortgage? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I'm just a person that picks at everything they do and follows all their processes to see where the holes. There's holes. There's holes. So just think of how powerful that would be if that could happen, if you could challenge. And I'm not saying that it would be happening with the 42 USC because that's well, okay, so anytime that you want to use that, you have to figure out a way to connect the state, and then the highway's open. So how do you connect the state to anything? This is not actually what I was going to talk about tonight, but this is where we're at. And I think a lot of people have been. So how do you connect the state? Well, the state licensed the judge, right? The state pays the judge, right? I mean, you got stop me if I'm wrong. The state pays the judge, and so the state also license and pays the sub corporations that are attacking your property right now. The county recorder's office, everybody in the county recorder's office, and I could be wrong because I'm not an attorney. I'm just an educator, and it appears to me that everybody in the county recorder's office is being paid by the state. So let's just stick to the judge for a second. So if you're in court and the judge is trying to take your property, the attorneys are trying to take your property because the judge is not going to help them. You're killing me out here, Gladstone. Young man, I can tell you've been doing your homework. Very nice. It's conflict of interest. And I guess I already put it on the table. Why? Because they're all well, take it a little further, Gladstone. Why else, other than just them getting paid, is a conflict of interest? That's good. Now, when you understand this, then things are a little bit different. Everything gets a little bit tricky. So you got the judge over here, and the judge is paid by the state, and the judge and the attorneys are all on the same, all in the same club. I don't know. I didn't really want to call it what I want to say. All right, just take it easy. I'm now my legal team's over there, and so yeah. So anyway, let's just So yeah, so you got the attorneys that all work together to help each other, and so the judges and the bar member also, and so are the attorneys that are opposing you and the one that you paid if you're not that smart. Okay, sorry. They're all on the same team. Everybody's on the same team. Yep, they're all part of the bar, and they have allegiance to you. I bet most of you didn't know that. And this is, I'm not an attorney, but this is what I think. Yeah, I'll just put it that way. Most of you don't know that when someone hires an attorney to help them in a foreclosure case, okay, well, if they hire an attorney to help them in a foreclosure case, more likely than not, that attorneys automatically get a cut of what they take from you, in addition to what they get from your bank account for the fake help. So I'm just saying, but I'm not an attorney. So, hey, Facebook user, I need you to, if you would, go to this go to this link here and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook name. Or right now it just shows Facebook user. Or you can just tell me who you are. But it'd be nice to see who you are and to see your name, and everybody can see. But it's not necessary if you don't want. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the show tonight. Okay, we're going to just get rolling here. So you can see how all of that ties in together. And all of that starts with, and this is just from my homework. Anybody can correct me if I got any of this wrong. Your state laws mandate that the deed must be delivered to you after the deal, but no one got their deed. We talked about that, and so that whole thing is fraud. One of the things that we need to understand is that in order for anybody to take out a mortgage lien, all of the owners would have to be present to sign, correct? So the fact that they accepted your name on the mortgage lien in the first place, the alleged lender, shows that you own the property, or you would not have been able to sign it by yourself. So I'm just saying, keeping it simple right out the gate don't make sense. Now, the state law mandates that your deed's supposed to be delivered to you after the sale, but no one that they do what they call their constructive delivery, and they register the deed in their office, and they send you a worthless copy. We talked about that, and once that happens, that allows the first illegal lien to be placed against your property. I think that causes the first illegal lien to be placed against your property, and that would be the mortgage lien because you signed for it when you already owned it. Your signature on the promissory note is what generated the electronic credits that they're claiming was a loan. Now, not everybody understands that, and that's 3 more videos. So we're not going to get down that road, but I'm going to throw it right on the table for the people who understand. So can you sue the lender for the mortgage fraud while you're still making payments? Huh? That's the question. Can you sue the lender for the mortgage fraud while you're still making payments? Now, I don't like to use things with the word fraud in it in the front, because when you do that, they structured this program, like we said at the top of the show, they structured the program to make it complicated to prove what they're doing. So, I mean, look at it. Step back and look at it. So in order to prove fraud, there's like 7 different elements that you have to argue and have to be connected with, so, you can get the big book out and look up something else other than fraud, How about theft? Nice and simple. Yeah, I like to keep it simple, because when you keep it simple, there's no arguing. So someone from Wrongville, why would you want to do that? Because it's illegal what they're doing, charging you the mortgage, and they can't verify that they gave you a loan. They cannot verify that they gave you a loan. And if you check your paperwork, you will see that nobody from the lender signed anything. Nowhere. Go check. Or at least in all of the stuff that I've seen over the period of time, which is a minute and a half, I haven't seen one time. Oh, wait, excuse me. I stand corrected. Excuse me. Usually the vice president signs the front of it where it's stamped paid to the other order of, without recourse, blah, 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 some other little tiny words, and the bank president signs it. That's the only signature on the whole thing. And what they did when they do that was they turned it into a security, which is like a big check. So, and process it through the Federal Reserve. So that's pretty much a wrap of what they did. So there's only one signature on it, but the signature is not in the back where the contract people sign. It's only you. So you went into a unilateral contract with yourself for some stuff that you already own. Okay, it's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's amazing how very little of what we have been led to believe is true. Good evening, Facebook user. What's your name? Tell us what your name is, or we're going to chunk you. Okay, never mind. I'm getting a little carried away with my power to hit this button here. Okay, don't call me an attorney. Okay, I'll turn the show off. Sorry, I got carried away. Hello, Edith. And Edith is one of the people that's still in taking care of the program. Hello, Lori. Welcome to the show tonight. Oh, that's funny, Gladstone. I'm not laughing at you, man. I'm laughing with you, right? Well, you know who you're gonna be hooking up with after a while when you get ready to do what you got to do. So that's funny. Welcome, Grace. Yeah, they part of the secret society. I'm part of one too, Grace. So well, you know what? You don't really have to go that far because there's a 1083 asset allegation document, 8321. I can't remember the exact number. I had a friend that was that does the same thing I do, but with the taxes, and he was off the bomb, and he gave me some stuff that they're supposed to have as a security company because that's what they're doing. And there's these things they're supposed to have, but they don't have them because, well, they can't get them, not legally. Yeah, we're going to get around to that at some point in time, but right now we don't need that. It's funny how it goes when we shift the situation over to making the people who are actually doing this, okay, doing this. When we shift the situation over, holding people who are actually doing this responsible, things change. They're used to going into court and waiting for the judge to rule in their favor. Well, that's not what we do. And yeah, that's not what we do. We're not waiting for the judge to rule. We're just going to keep punching them in the face. Can I? Okay, no, I can't say punching them. We're going to just stay in their face. How's that? Okay. I think they saw me. That's, for anybody to think that you're going to be able to go before the judge and have the judge see your stuff and all of that, I don't know where the hell you've been living because that's not what's going on up in here right now. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, so we're learning how to cut to the chase and stop focusing on all of that stuff because that stuff is not what's killing you. What's killing you is when the judge ignores everything you want because the rule 12.9.6 says I can just kick your ass. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't actually say that way, but okay. So forget about rule 12.6. But you guys know what I'm talking about. They're used to process to forget to ignore all of your stuff. At the end of the day, think about it. At the end of the day, they know that what are you going to do? Hire an attorney, file an appeal? and ask my cousin over there in the appellate court to help you. Maybe it's my mother. I didn't know. Okay, we'll stick with cousin because the mother thing sounds kinky, right? Okay, cousin do. Okay, they're telling me to move on. Okay, sorry. But that's the deal. We need to figure a different way to handle this, like what we're doing, and it never works out for people to go into court and argue what they want to talk about. I mean, I've been in court a whole bunch of times, and I didn't really want to be there or argue, but if you're going to court, you're okay. Sorry, you're in trouble. Welcome to the show. Vom, I didn't know how to pronounce your name, but welcome to the show. So I want you guys to think about that. What to make that work? The thing, the thing that I can't talk about, where let's say you're going to put yourself in position to challenge the mortgage lien before you're in default. If we can figure out a way to do that, then people who want to challenge it or people who are in trouble or going to be in trouble, I mean, it would just, just help a lot of people. So you guys think about that and let me know what you think about how we should do that. That's what I want you guys to think about. And, I don't know, maybe it's something even as simple as a contract showing making them going in for breach of contract, something. It has to be simple. Because if it's complicated, then what Dargan opens up the door, and once the argument's done, everybody judge gets to help them. So that's how that rolls. So, welcome to the show tonight. Got a few comments over here. So one of the questions that we're going to talk about is, well, since they have your deed, and they got your deed because they tricked you into believing, and and this is just from what I see and listening to people, because I'm not an attorney, but they have. We'll just go with the facts. They have your deed. They violated the law because the law says your deed's supposed to be delivered to you, but they made a new law. I'm just saying, they made a new law, and they took your deed and registered it in the office and sent you a worthless copy. So how do you get your deed back? Oh, Gladstone, ain't you bad? Look at you. All right, then. So Gladstone used the offer to pay letter, and I don't usually send that out to people because when I mention the offer to pay letter to them, their eyeballs get like this big because they don't have the money to pay the whole lot. But that's not what it's about. And when people act like that, don't even discuss it with them. But we got in a conversation about it, and him and his wife are taking care of some business over here. So he's using that letter to challenge them before they get their ducks lined up in a row. So basically, the offer to pay letter has a statute in it that forces, the statute mandates that in order for the lender to collect the full amount, the lender has to produce the original instrument of indebtedness in its original state at the time it was signed. And the law, that's a law. So basically, what you're doing is you're sending them this and you're letting them know that you're willing to pay the whole amount that they're going to be calling for as soon as they sign this contract, that they're willing to provide you with what the law says you should have. Okay. And if they can't sign the contract, well, he served it with a process server, so he has verification that he sent them. So now, if they want to foreclose on him, they can send him his stuff, and he can send them his verification that he already sent them his offer to pay as soon as they follow the law. Well, if he sent them the offer to pay and they didn't take it, then there's no dispute. I don't know if I told you all the end part of this. So yeah, there's no dispute. So if there's no dispute, then the court don't have jurisdiction. So the court don't have jurisdiction because they're not willing to follow the law and sign the contract saying that they're going to provide me with what they're supposed to provide me with if they're calling the note in. So that's pretty cool. And and he says, what do you think is my next step? No, Gladstone. No, man, I'm the coach here, so I get to say that. Okay, so I'm going to throw it back at you. What do you think the next step is, man? But to be honest with you, I don't know what the next step is. If they if they don't respond, sometimes these people, and my sister commented today that I referred to these crooks as these people. Sometimes these people go sit down if you turn the heat up on them. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. But I'm just thinking here. Maybe the fact, well, when they turn down the letter, if they don't respond, then it might be time to go ahead and put the lawsuit together for, oh man. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to figure out how to narrow it down so we can get it on like 15 pages. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, he says the next step is EHD. Yeah, I think there's well, I don't think that's going to be the next step because those would have to be like real close together for that to work. So from where you are to having them give you your deed, because you're not going to be able to get it. They're going to have to give it to you. Okay, you know what I mean? You can count. No, I don't know, man. This is and this is the beauty of what I do, and this is what makes it exciting. I don't know what the next step is going to be. It depends. If they respond, you should have a game plan for if they respond and deny it. You should have a game plan for if they don't respond. So you're making this program up for yourself, and then I'm going to sell it. No, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Yeah, so I don't know. It depends. Now, when we were working in our Facebook group, when I have over 600 members in that group, and so we don't do as much work in there as we did because the members all are like badasses now doing stuff. But I hope to get some response from some of the members in that group to this question about what we should structure to be able to do this and add to the offer to pay letter. Because I'm glad you brought that up, Gladstone, because the offer to pay letter is the bomb. What did you think about the offer to pay letter? That actually would be wonderful, because I'll tell you right now, it's enough people who need our help that everybody can sell your stuff and help, as long as you're not acting like an attorney, right? And have the prices low enough or people can't afford it, or you just sit on it while people are getting thrown out in the street. I love it. And that's the beauty. There's no limitations except we don't violate the law, or I don't bother the bank because the bank is not part of this. Well, excuse me, the bank is not part of you staying in your house. Okay, that's how I'm going to say that. The bank is not part of you staying in the house. Once it goes into foreclosure, the bank's already threw it out the door. Now, if you're in a non-judicial foreclosure, well, the bank hasn't quite got their foot out the door yet. And this new lawsuit package is structured to slam the door on their foot while they're stuck in the door and force them to have to ask you to open the door so they can get their damn foot. Can I say that? They're like, okay. Come on now. Thank you, Gladstone. The offer to pay letter is phenomenal. Now, I don't send it out to too many people. And if you contact me about the offer to pay letter and you ask me how many wins, I'm going to I'm not going to answer you. So I'm just going to say there, I'm not going to answer you. I have people ask me all the time, okay, so what are you doing? You're not doing crap right now. So you worry about how many wins or whatever. And if you've done your homework, you'll know that there are people that have left comments like this on my reviews and on my website, on my Facebook page. And I have one or two people that were butt heads. One of them never even got my stuff. He was just mad, a hater, because no one went to his nobody went to his page. Okay, I didn't want to get stuck on that. But yeah, so we're building something with that offer to pay later. And the goal here is come on now. If you're going to be on my team, we're going to think big and we're rolling. We ain't going to have no problem taking that stinking half court shot. Okay, I'm serious. We're taking the half court shot because here's the thing. If you don't take the half court shot, you better go pack your stuff. Okay, because this is the only option you have. Now, for the people who always want to know how many wins or whatever, or think I'm a scam or whatever, that's fine. Just hang around. I just hope you catch on before it's time for you to throw your stuff out in the yard. And that sounds mean, but that's where we're at. That is exactly where we're at. And that's why when you get in my program and you don't do what you're supposed to do, and then I'm telling you that you're not getting it done, and we start having a problem, then it's because I care. And one of my coaches yelled at me one day, and finally I asked him, dude, why you keep yelling at me all the time? And he looked at me and said, neighbors, the time for you to worry is when I stop yelling. And he's still looking at me. And I'm like, okay, thank you, coach. And he's like, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you for yelling. And he's like, is there anything? No, sir. I'm done. Can I leave now? Oh. Are you asking Gladstone from the conventional sense or from the non-conventional sense? Because it's two answers. Okay, so I'm just going to give you my answer. No, they're not the third party. Maybe they're the second party. I don't know. So the first party is you, because you should be the only party, because the bank didn't give you any of their money. So there should be, and that's why your signature is the only signature on the signing page, the promissory note. Or sometimes they use the deed of trust, or sometimes they use whatever, the mortgage, the lien. Sometimes they use all three, and the process to the Federal Reserve. And according to Modern Money Mechanics publication, not me, Modern Money Mechanics says they're granted 9 times the amount. When they process that to the Federal Reserve, they're granted 9 times the amount that's put into a demand deposit account in your name. And then they write a check for one amount out. And that's why, you know, when you borrow money from HFC or somebody, they give you the check, but you don't get the check that way because they go, yeah. So I had a judge when I was fighting my foreclosure many years ago when I was green and brown. I was green, brown, green. But I did ask the judge one day. I told him I wanted damages, including the other 8 amount that was left in that demand deposit account that should be drawing interest for the last 22 years. All the bar members got mad. The attorney jumps up and says, "Oh no, we can't do that. Your Honor, Mr. Name was just raising the price of litigation." Well, luckily, the night before, I read the whole entire mortgage contract. I mean, it's like that big, that thick. And on one page in there, I was shocked. I agreed to pay. You did too. You all did. You agreed to pay the attorney fees for the opposing party should you go into default. So I threw that right on the table. Yeah, Your Honor, objection. I don't know why they're over there complaining because on page 27 and the mortgage contract and that they're supposed to be, I agreed to pay their fees. So I didn't know why. The judge was kind of mad. Started, beating the hammer. The judge beats the hammer a lot. I don't know. He need to start doing yoga or something. So I'm not sure. What I do, Gladstone, is I go after, and this is what I teach. I add the person that signed to get in your face right now, because that's the person that's taking your stuff right now. Now, all that other stuff, they want you to put that stuff on there, and sure, they want you to list all of those people. So now you have 16 shots that they could be taking a shot at you to dismiss it for all 16 different things when you only need to kick one person's ass. Okay. You don't need to kick all of their butt. You only need to. Okay. So you watch the animals when they're hunting the pack, they're going to get the little skinny one. Okay. Because that little skinny one is going to make more of a meal than they can get eaten before someone comes along bigger than them and want to eat both what's left. And, yeah. All right. You with me? So I usually just go after who signed. I don't even worry about any of that other stuff, because what you're doing, if you worry about any of the other stuff, is you're connecting your stuff to stuff that's already been shut down and closed, so to speak. So yeah, sound like they didn't want to let you talk, Lori. That's why it's good to get your stuff on the record. And whenever I file stuff, I always place it on the public record first and then file it in the court. So it's already in comments, so to speak. Now, I read somewhere that's a great thing to do. And they handle your stuff different when you do that, because it's already on record somewhere. It's already on public record. Public record is pretty important, and that's what they do for the marriage crap. Well, all of that shit they put you through and charge you for a license and all that stuff. When they're all done, they're just going to place it in the public record, and now it's legal because it's in the public record. So that's what I do. And then I always serve the judge. Well, not serve, excuse me. I always mail the judge a copy. I like to use private email, because you don't have to pay extra like you do for a process server to have it they're served in a higher level, and they provide tracking. So, and I always send the judge a copy and write on it in black marker, messy, because they hate getting messy stuff, chamber copy, and make sure the judge has a copy of everything that's going on. So now the clerk can control the show without the judge. And if you're having problems with something, when I call in to complain, I would call straight to the judge's deputy's desk, and talk straight to her. The hell with the clerk. Because the clerk's job is to do just what they've been doing. Run interference, fill your head with a bunch of crap, and make you believe that, I know, help me, that you need an attorney. Yeah, I don't have any questions for a free package, Gladstone, and that's why I didn't mention that in anything. So, good try. And all of my packages are priced really low right now already anyway. So, and with all of the people in the group and on these forums, people can go in, have them together and do stuff. There's no reason why people can't be getting stuff done right now with the prices that I have on my stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Can a trustee, was trustee sued for foreclosure? I don't know, Edith. That sounds like an attorney question. Yep. So how do you get your property deed back? So I have put together eliminate property tax lawsuit package that has the documents in it. Has a notice of claim letter that you send them to let them know there's a problem, and you're demanding to have your deed delivered to you as mandated by the state law. And then we have the lawsuit in that package that you can use as well if you need to use it. One of the things that also when you're using the lawsuit package, especially the 42 USC 1983 package, because that's the strongest one that I have. When you're using this package, when you get yourself in a position where they're stalling and they haven't responded in time, if it's getting close to them, make an offer to them. Make them a settlement offer. Hey, here's my settlement offer. And send a copy of it to the judge. It's right there with my sister. Send a copy of it to the judge. We emailed it over to everybody. And basically, what our offer was that they needed to, deliver your deed, remove all of the information from their database and their computers, whatever, and call their third party, call their credit report agency, and remove the lies that they told them, and whatever else is in there. In my sister's case, we were demanding a $50,000 in sanctions motion that we filed because they're litigating a case that was terminated in the state court. And so the $20 million, we're willing to waive that. Or at least my sister is willing to waive that. So those are the options that you have available to see about, and I'm opening up to for questions on that too. So anytime that you guys come up with an idea about how to get something done that we're talking about here, just leave it in the comment section, because I check them all, and then we can all see what's being said and what we can add to that, and figure out how we can collectively come up with a game plan where people can challenge their mortgage before they're in default or in trouble, or even if they're not in trouble and just are tired of being okay. They're looking at me. If they're getting tired of the way things are going now, how's that? Okay, that's good. They get tired of the way things are going now, they can do something about it. We plucked the nerve with the last video discussing whether or not the alleged lender could enforce the illegal mortgage lien if your property deed was stored in your family Bible in a fireproof safe and not registered in their office. And like it used to be. That's the way it used to be. It used to. Oh, they'll tell you, wait, here's you're not going to have clear title. Well, you don't already because of what they did in the first place. But at the end of the day, having clear title doesn't matter anyway unless you're selling the property, and it's the same thing they do. Then when you sell the property, you'll get together some fake ass documents. I mean, that's I'm not an attorney, but okay, the legal thing looking at me in trouble. I'm about to get in trouble again. So everyone should, when you get in a position to negotiate for the delivery of your original property deed, That's what, even if you're doing a lawsuit thing or whatever, you don't have to be filing the property tax deed to do this, because this is everything that you're doing is about getting control of your deed. I just can't tell you that because people, well, I can tell you guys because you're in the program and you know what's going on, but normal people, I can't say that because, oh, my deed's fine. It's over there in their office. Are you sure? Are you sure it's over there? But that's what this is. People say, "Oh, this is tax lien. Oh, this is no. Are you in court? Yes. Is there an injured party? No. Are they trying to steal your stuff? Yes. Okay. Doesn't really matter. What you're learning how to do is to control the court process, attack the court process, because the court process is what the problem is. That's what the problem is. So you need to make them remove your property information and clean up your credit score and anything else that you need to have done. You should be asking them to do. Now, we're still brainstorming on how to put this package together or what we're going to, actually put in it or how we're going to bring it forward. So, but in the meantime, for the people that are facing this problem right now, our 42 USC 1983 package has gotten a few great reviews and a couple of stops. And not everybody reports to me because some people are really embarrassed about this and don't want their friends to know or anybody they're really creeped out. And I get it. I never push anybody to, but I asked, and if they do, that's great. Now I have people just email me or message me your review if you'd like to leave me a review, or even send it on YouTube here, and I'll copy and paste it in my website. I don't have to wait for Google. I can get my own reviews from everybody and post them on the website. And usually I post them under the name that it's there, or if it's their regular name, I'll only use the first part of their name. As far as verifying them, I don't really care. Anybody would ask me that, I would tell them I don't have time. I don't have time for that crap. So there's a link to the new package. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on my website. There we go. So that's just what it looks like at my website at winincourtnow.com. Let's go and throw a banner on there. And we'll scroll down. And then over here is a list of all the documents that are included in the package. Now, this link here is to Sam Cart. It's another website that I use to show my offers in, and I like to use it because it has I can put videos in it, and the videos, when they load up, they don't slow down my page. So when you click on that, it's all to the same thing, and this has a little more information. As you can see here, these are the instructional videos, the other videos that you need to watch to be able to use this package. Now, I can't leave those videos in my website or my loading page to be really slow. And then here's, this is the instructional video for this package. You can click on it, and then it'll open up and start taking you through, and it'll show you the documents and the front page of the main documents, and how you change the red font. And there's yours truly. Okay. Let me go over here to the right window. Back. So if you guys are facing this problem, you can head over to my website and take a look at the options that I have there. And remember, I'm not an attorney, so I can't say stuff. But you know what? At the end of the day, whatever program that you're doing should make sense. And if it don't make sense, then it's ridiculous. So that's, if it don't make sense, it should make sense. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of ideas people come up with for this new project that we're working on as a group project, and figure out how to do something. I want to thank you guys for the privilege of sharing your time tonight, and any ideas that you come up with, just leave them in the comment section or email them to me, whatever is easiest for you to do. And I will see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.